with 3 Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com, and we are at the Palladium booth at Gen Con 2023, and we're going to talk about all things Palladium, and, well, I just met Sean, and he's the new business partner, and we tend to talk a lot, so this is going to be more of a conversation than an interview, I think, and we're going to reminisce about growing up. So, how long have you been with Palladium now?
I've been with Palladium for almost 2 years now. Yeah.
2 years, and the first thing you got to do was Titan Robotics, correct?
So the first thing that's got my name on it as a writer is Titan Robotics. I've been doing a bunch of layout and art direction as well, and helping to run the mission behind the scenes at the studios.
And with Titan Robotics, I mean, for those of you that follow, you don't need a lot of understanding, but how have you expanded it from what Titan Robotics was within the various books that you got your hints of? And
right, so, and we've got a lot of that collected in the Cyberworks collection, but the Cyberworks collection starts off with, kind of the Cyberworks legacy of Rift Sourcebook 1, revised and expanded, has Archie and Hagen, James T, the Mechanoid from Sourcebook 2, the Shimerians from Shimerian Nation, and all of that builds up towards the storyline in Titan Robotics. And Titan Robotics is the front company for Archie the Machine God.
Oh, you used that same art?
Yeah, we used the first edition Sourcebook 1 art.
That's actually really awesome.
It's got really great in sheets. Yep. And this was all remastered from the original paste-up boards of the original books. So back in the day, a lot of people don't know this. They couldn't print in grayscale. That's why you had a lot of like that cross-hatching and dots for shadows.
I never thought of that.
And so, since we have the scans of the original art from the original paste-up boards that Kevin created, the remastered version has vastly improved print quality.
They're not scans, they're originals. Kevin doesn't get rid of any arts.
No, I mean, I was surprised. I mean, there's stuff hidden throughout our warehouse. It's amazing.
There's probably secret tunnels from the Prohibition under his warehouse.
I wouldn't be surprised.
If you guys have never been there, you need to go to an open house.
Yeah, or if you're in Michigan, feel free to drop by. We're there business days. You can call ahead, make sure we'll be in the office. Sometimes we go out for lunch or doctor's appointments, but you're welcome to come visit us at the studio. So.
All right, so we got sidetracked again.
So anyways, so Titan Robotics is all about, Titan Robotics is a company that sells robots and power armor and weaponry, and they're the front company for Archie. And so in Titan Robotics, you can join the conspiracy. You can be part of Archie's secret machinations as part of a Titan courier team, or one of his synthroid human replica androids, or you can fight against the conspiracy, or you can just buy a lot of cool robots and guns. So that's the main thing that we brought to the table. Guns, robots, power armor.
I'm generally a human or a Wolfen player. So I try not to do the crazy stuff. I played a juicer once. Didn't have as much fun as I thought I was going to. I was also 14, so
yeah, it's funny how things change as you.
I might enjoy a juicer a lot more now.
No, yeah. So or maybe you'd enjoy Rogue Scholar more.
So you did more than just write for this, though. You were responsible for a lot of the layout.
I did all the layout. Yeah. I did all the layout. I helped art direct some of the last items. We actually had something. We had one artist that had done a bunch of the art from the original manuscript, but a certain number of pieces weren't turned in. So I redesigned a lot of the robots from the original manuscript because the art didn't match. We had different art to fulfill those needs. So yeah, there was a lot of work in this, and also a lot of revising and reorganizing the material to make sure that a player could pick up and use this book, go buy their equipment or build their character as part of a Titan Robotics courier team or a synthroid, without spoiling the whole conspiracy. So just let them in just enough to get the taste they need.
So I noticed this one's paperback, and the one behind me is hardback. That's kind of a new thing.
For Palladium.
Yeah. For Palladium. How long have they been doing both now?
We generally usually don't do both. We usually do both for specific books, and a lot of times we'll do a hardcover for a really popular book or a larger book, like say the Book of Magic or Rift's Ultimate Edition. But as part of the campaign, a lot of fans said they really wanted a chance to get a hardcover version. So yeah, we made sure that was an option on the Kickstarter.
And what's the difference in the price? This is $26.99?
So this one is $60. So it's a lot shorter print run, which affects the price.
It's limited
it's hardcover. These are all, so these as well as the foil hardcovers are all limited editions. So
I like it. I do.
A lot of fans really enjoy it.
I'm a fan of the hardbacks. I play a lot of different RPGs, and I will buy a hardback book long before I'll buy a paperback.
Well, it's funny because I grew up playing with the perfect bound soft covers.
Well, I still own some of them.
I have a ton, so
I own a lot of them actually.
But I do understand these will, over time, these are even more durable than the soft covers. So because I have some soft covers, they're only 30 years old, right?
And they're starting to wear out on my hand and read it. There's just something about the binding. This is more comfortable to read. It's like, I hate PDFs. I cannot sit down and read a PDF. You could hold a gun to my head and I would struggle.
Right.
But not because of the stress of the gun.
Right.
Just because I'm not good at reading PDFs.
Yeah.
The only thing I use them for is searching.
They are really good for that. And as a designer, if you need to search a specific term, that's also handy sometimes.
Yes.
So, or Game Master, right? Yeah, there's some new features in these books. We have, for the first time ever, I didn't realize I was breaking
the layout
ground.
from the hardback different than
Nope, exact same layout between these two books.
But it doesn't have that art. So that's one of the advantages to the limited edition. Last page.
Oh yeah, the limited edition also does have these full color in sheets, which are awesome. But yeah, we've added an index to the back of the book.
That's huge.
Which is a new thing for Palladium. We're going to be doing that going forward with all Palladium books. When people who have the PDFs, and when you're able to purchase PDFs in the future, those also have very extensive bookmarks. The page numbers on the table of contents and the index hyperlink to the page in the book. So there's a lot of cool little features like that we've built in, just kind of trying to raise the quality bar as we move forward.
I got a whole bunch back here behind me.
And then I'll hold this one.
Well, I think it's time to move to the next book. Which one do you want to...
Well, let's talk about Yin-Sloth Jungles.
Is this book 1 or 2?
This is book 1. So Yin-Sloth Jungles, revised and expanded. As Kevin was working on the first edition, updating the first edition of Yin-Sloth Jungles to the second edition, he had a bunch of additions and work that had been done by John Klinkle, one of the contract writers. And Kevin was worried because the book was going to be over 300 pages, and he started to get worried about what are we going to do, reduce the font size, how are we going to get this book out there? And we decided to break it into 2 books. So Yin-Sloth Jungles Revised and Expanded has expanded art, all new maps, and a lot of revised material, including OCCs like the Holy Crusader and the Jungle Fighter and the Undead Hunter, which I know are a lot of the fan favorites, have been really brought up to date and expanded by Kevin. And then same type of thing, we've got an index at the back of the book, fresh new layout, and remastered all of the art. So there's a lot of beautiful stuff in here that we think fans are going to really enjoy. The second half of the book will be called Yin-Sloth Expeditions, and so that'll be coming in about a month and a half or 2 months, depending on printing time and how long it takes us to recover from Gen Con.
There is that. Do you guys print overseas, or do you print in the U.S.?
So there's one book that Palladium has printed overseas in the past. Until now, we've done all of our printing in the United States. We are running into some issues. You know, some of the Titan Robotics fans have heard about it. One of our stalwart companies that we were printing with for 40 years was just bought by a competitor, Conglomerate. And we already had orders in for certain books, and the quality was very uneven. So Kevin and I sorted, for instance, through over 2,000 books to make sure that what we sent to backers of the Kickstarter for Titan Robotics were up to the Palladium standards. So we might be switching printing in the near future. We're looking at a lot of different companies, so we'll see what happens with that.
I was just curious as to how long it takes to get your books done.
Yeah, generally the nice thing about printing in the United States, it's a little more expensive, but you can get the books in as little as a month, 3 weeks to a month, depending on. We've had some issues, like everyone else has, with paper shortages for a while. I don't know if you know about that.
I did not know about that.
Yeah, right after the pandemic, there was a big worldwide logistics train wreck. And so paper was weird, books were weird, but a lot of that's evened out now. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes going forward, but we like the turnaround, the quick turnaround on the printing.
I concur.
Get the stuff to the fans.
I mean, there's, somebody's just doing a remaster project, and I'm like, so when's it gonna? They're like, November's pushing it, right? They're like, yeah, that's really tight. Their deadline for overseas printing,
right,
was June 30th. So,
right,
you know the window.
Yes.
I mean, shipping, ports closing down. You don't. If it's in the U.S., worst case scenario, you go get it yourself.
Well, that's what we loved about only Not in the Gun, which now doesn't
get
exist.
A box truck and you drive 200 miles.
I've driven with their factory, their printing house, with Kevin in the car because they were down the road. We picked up some
and that's
right?
beautiful.
So,
I love it. I love the fact that it's here. It's all here. If I ever printed anything on my own, I would look for somebody to do it.
We do it. We're going to keep doing it as long as we can. We're doing our darndest to keep the price point steady. I know that a lot of companies have been raising prices a lot, and so we're doing our best to not increase that, while at the same time printing in the U.S. As long as we can keep getting the quality of printing, we'll keep doing that. So that has been tough lately, though. That has been tough lately.
Okay.
If anyone knows a great printer inside the United States, message us. Yeah,
give us a comment or
email us. Send a message to our help desk.
Call
the office. Yep. So, but yeah, that stuff can be very tricky sometimes.
I mean, let's put it in perspective. The first time I ever called their office, Kevin answered, and
we're a small team.
I was like, hey, do you guys have any approved play stuff? I'm going to run some adventures next week at Origins Game Fair. He says, well, no, we don't. So good luck. I'm like, oh, great. He's like, I'll see if I can find something. He goes, but I won't get it. I doubt I'll be able to get it to you with the Postal Service in time. And let's put this in perspective. It was like 2001, so
right.
Unless you overnighted it.
Right.
It was a week. And that was my first experience. Oh, well, I mean, outside of playing their games.
Right.
And then later on, I went up to the open house, and I'm going to go with right around 2016.
Oh, okay.
It was right around the time of Robotech, and there were a whole bunch. The warehouse is really cool, guys. If you get to go to an open house, they have food, the whole 9 yards, games like you wouldn't believe.
It's a lot of fun.
Kevin's one of the GMs, so.
Yeah, he's like the star GM.
Well, they're always sold out.
Yeah.
I mean, the one I was at, I think there was about 220 people.
Yeah, I was at the 2019 one, and or I should say 2021, and yeah, there was it 2019? I'm having a hard time with the
years. It's every other
year. The last one we did, and that one we had about 250.
Yeah, I wanted to go to that one. I had to work. That was their big anniversary one, right?
Yes.
That was the one I really wanted to go to.
Yeah.
The funny part is we got our start gaming the same way. D&D and Battletech, but in opposite starts.
No, it was weird. Yeah. So we were talking, and I started with Battletech as my first tabletop game, and I got really into it. My buddies and I we're young teenagers. We'd go compete at local conventions in Houston, at the NANCon, at Rice University's Alcon, and then one of my buddies got the big red box for Dungeons and Dragons. We played that on the gym floor of our middle school, and then the first RPG that I ever owned was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness, and so I game mastered that, played that with my buddies. It led to Ninjas and Super Spies, then Robotech, then Riffs,
writing, editing.
Yeah, somehow it all came back around to writing, editing.
Now he doesn't play at all.
No, I play a lot.
I play more now, I think, than when I was a kid.
I don't think I beat when I was a kid. I wish I could.
I think it depends on when.
I mean, right, when I was a kid, summers, it was gaming all the time.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, we would go to a friend's house, go in the basement with like 12 2-liters of pop, and whatever food we wanted, and we would come out Monday morning and go to school. We would literally play for 72 hours straight and then go to school.
Well, my story was we'd go to my grandfather's house. He had a nice big dining area.
Oh,
we'd
nice.
take over the dining room table, the nice dining room table, and then he let us do that. And then he would cook a pot of beans and rice or chili to feed me and all my buddies. And we had all the Coca-Cola and Sprite we could drink.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's some good old days. I took over my dad's train table before you like put any terrain or anything on it. I had a 8x16 quarter-inch hex map game board.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we didn't use maps usually. If we needed a map, I would just draw it.
It was a waste of time.
You had fun. It's not a waste.
I had a lot of fun, but I mean, looking back on it, I'm like, why did I make something so big? We used like one 1/8 except 8.
Right.
All right. Oh, back to this.
Anyway, yeah. Well, we've got
Devolve.
This has been out for a while. You want to talk about cyber expansion?
Sure. Well, we kind of did. We'll do it again.
Yeah, we did. We talked about what's in there though, but this is great for. We have a lot of fans that are like, well, it's a reprint. But the point is, if you are rebuilding your collection, or if you're a fan that's come over from say Savage Rifts, or you've just gotten involved,
Which he knows a lot about, by the way.
this is a great way to catch up on all the stuff leading up to Titan Robotics. So.
You relayed out this book, didn't you?
Yes, the entire thing is remastered and relayed out.
Yeah, there were, where to go. I just had a really great section that I saw that I hope you guys do more of stuff like this right here. They changed the layout. The weapons are a lot easier to read.
It's a lot easier to tell which ones are which.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. That is going to be, it's more user-friendly. That's going to be great. So what's coming up in the near future to far future?
Near future to far future. So one thing I'll let the fans know is if you're wondering about what's the status of this book or that book, please go to palladiumbooks.com. We have a project status page where you can actually check out and see what's in active development, what's in more long-term development. Because a lot of we start with a lot of we get the cover art done, we get the interior art done, we get a manuscript from a freelancer, and that stuff kind of simmers in the background while Kevin and I push forward with an active couple of projects.
Which they use if you are decent at art and stuff.
Yeah, so also
writing.
You can always submit your material for the Rifter. Is a great way to do that if you're interested in getting involved. But then we also list which projects are on hold, they're not in current active development, or which ones have been officially canceled and the date of their cancellation. Because we found a lot of fans didn't know what had been canceled in some random source book 20 years ago. They were like, what's happening with that? So check that out. But in the next things that we're working on right now, Kevin is finishing up Yin-Sloth Expeditions. I'm working on Rift's Bestiary 2. Kevin also has some writing in that. Kevin is then going to be moving into Rift's Antarctica after that. So that's what we can tell you. That I feel like I'm not lying to anyone. I know exactly what's happening with that. After that, we'll have to see exactly what we do. But one of the things that is a big priority for us is Beyond the Supernatural. So,
yeah, that's always been a big priority.
Yeah, we need to get that done.
What about I don't even remember the name of the game.
Dead Rain, Night Bane,
Spies.
Oh, Ninjas and Super Spies.
Yeah, Ninjas and Super Spies. I used to play that like mad as a kid.
I played it all with. I usually did it with the turtles. I wanted my mutant animals to have the different types of martial arts.
I mixed them. I only have book 1. I think book 2, but is there potential for any more of that?
Not on the near horizon, but
5 years, guys, unless I write it.
But if you have a great idea, no. There's Mystic China, but no, we don't have any plans for that we've announced. We kind of changed the announcement policy. We keep it pretty close to the chest.
Yeah, they wouldn't even let me look at a piece of paper this year. Normally, Kevin's like, "What do you think of this?"
He wanted to see an NDA, some paperwork that was under NDA. I was like, "No, you can't see that."
I signed that 5 years ago.
I didn't know that.
I don't think Kevin remembers.
I don't know if Kevin wants to see it.
That's fair. I mean, I wouldn't even have known what I was looking at, probably.
We have a lot of stuff percolating in the background.
That's good, though. Well, yeah, we were talking about some of the ideas. There's some other IP stuff that they're working on that's not just role playing. So that's always a wonderful thing. And that's all I'm going to say.
We're also excited about I don't know when this airs, how close we'll be, but we're really close to launching our new website. So it's a totally new PalladiumBooks.com with an integrated store.
What kind of date do you have for that?
I don't.
This is probably going to air this week.
Yeah, so I'd say hopefully in the next few weeks to a month.
Okay, so yeah, that'll be new news to you.
Yeah, so that'll be really cool, and there's a lot of things that is wonderful about that website that the new software is going to be able to support that we can do. One of the big things that we've been telling fans about is that they've been asking about buying PDFs directly from us or bundled with books, and so with the new website and the software available there, we're going to be able to offer that.
That's a good thing. I know a lot of companies do both or one. And it's a good thing.
And we are listening, and so that's just an update I wanted to get out to the fans. A lot of them ask about that because I know PDFs are becoming much more integral to a lot of people's core game experience.
Not mine. I still carry 200 pounds of books in the game store.
And as do many. but a lot of people have been asking, so yeah, we're trying to make sure we can keep up with the times and be able to be flexible with our marketing.
The more miniatures I use, though, the more I might be forced to get the PDFs. It's less weight.
We do have some beautiful miniatures, so check those out.
I think I own every single one.
Do you? Okay. Well, they did really well when we did the Titan Robotics Kickstarter. We sold a set of the minis.
Okay, so no, I haven't seen those yet.
Oh, okay. So
minis I have are from like the 80s.
No. We have resin, beautifully sculpted minis. They're right there.
Yeah, but they're not.
Nope.
Oh, they're in the container. Grab the container. I'll get some pictures of these guys. Whoa, they're glued in.
They're probably stuck. You can probably pull it off.
They're glued.
Is it glue?
Yeah.
Yes, don't take them out.
They're glued. That's about as good as it's going to get in the demo or video. I'll get some close-ups as much as I can. Those are nice.
They're really nice. So, check them out.
Yeah, check them out. I think I'm buying me a Rifter. All right, what else?
That's most of what I got to announce for right now. Again, we like to make sure when we tell people about stuff, it's the next thing on the plate that's happening. So,
all right, guys. Bye. Maybe we'll see them again at Adepticon if I get time off work.
If we're at Adepticon, we're usually just at Gen Con.
Well, they used to go to every day. Well, then they won't be there. That was actually one of the reasons why I was making the decision to say, "Hi guys, meet the Nibbles, who's gonna go down." She just decided not to go down my back, so we'll do this for her so she's comfy. Thanks for watching my video, and I appreciate it. Please hit the like button and share it if you know somebody who might be interested. And of course, there's always Twitter and the Facebook thingy, and soon I have a newsletter coming. That'll be down there or in a link below, and my kitty cat loves that idea. So anyway, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, subscribe. Be a part of my community, our community. Let's make it grow together. See you guys at a con somewhere, or a local store, or if I'm driving through the country, maybe a game club. I don't know, you're not going to go knock down my camera. Bye guys.